Let's bring in co-founder and CEO of All In Together, Lauren Leader, and Wall Street reporter for the New York Times, Lauren Hirsch, opinion writer at the New York Times, Mark Gay, back with us as well. My thanks to this great group for joining us. Lauren Leader, starting with you on this sort of eye-opening job number, what are some of the reasons cited for this remarkable discrepancy?
Yeah, I mean, I was really gobsmacked by this. I just could not believe that it is literally I thought it was a typo. It is literally 100% of the job losses, and that's just devastating. We haven't seen that really since COVID. And in COVID, obviously, we saw, really huge numbers of women leaving the workforce, in part because what we understood then was this just huge collapse in childcare possibilities and just the fact that kids were not in school and there were no other options. To see that now, and then I think part of what is disturbing, it's not just that the jobs number in July was bad, it's to your point about this overall number of women who've left the workforce since January and have now stopped looking for work. It's really important to note there were definitely losses in sectors that are dominated by women, including hospitality. But the other issue is that when you look at the inflationary factors, childcare, the cost of childcare, the inflationary cost of childcare has been double the rate of inflation this year. So that means that for, a huge number of women, that calculation around paying for childcare and working, it can be a net zero. So there's really serious problems. I also think some of the mandates on return to work are causing issues. And then the big sleeper, which we're only just beginning to understand, is the AI question, which is either is AI disproportionately replacing jobs held by women, which there have been lots of concerns that is what we have ahead of us, but also in those women who are not getting back to work, we're hearing that AI algorithms in the job posting sites, in the resume review sites, may be disproportionately screening out especially older women. So there's a lot to dig into here. My concern is that the administration doesn't seem to care at all.
Can you talk to us a little bit about the specific sectors that have been hit hardest? And can you also kind of give us a sense for whether these job losses are being experienced equally across all women, or are certain groups of women, not just racial groups, but also economic groups, hit harder?
The Black women are continuing to be hit very, very hard. We've been hearing this for a long time, and that, I think, is a big piece of the larger number. Remember, a huge part of the public labor workforce, right, government jobs, have been held by Black women. So we saw that start to erode when DOGE started making mass cuts. Those absolutely disproportionately harmed Black women. Now we're also seeing a rollback in services, in retail, in a lot of the industries, hospitality, where women dominate. But I think the bigger issue is women that are simply dropping out because they can't make it work economically. And that we are seeing, this is adult women, but, lower college education, less college education correlating with a higher rate of unemployment. But this is really across the board. So I'm very worried about Black women. This has been an issue for a while. But the question is, if we do nothing to address these underlying issues, which right now we seem to be doing nothing, and by the way, you're out on the trail. How many candidates, even on the Democratic side, do you hear talking about the inflationary cost of childcare? No one's talking about it.
So Lauren Hirsch, put this, if you will, as part of the backdrop of just how the economy is doing on the whole right now.
Yeah, this is the kind of perfect example of what we see in a K-shaped economy, right? Where people who are more vulnerable are going to be more hurt, and this is a sign of that. The overall numbers for jobs were not good. They were disappointing. It looks like we're losing the workforce, and that could impact the GDP. Jobs are a big part of the GDP, and less productivity, unless AI replaces us all tomorrow and does everything, that's going to be a hit to GDP.
Well, workforce participation, especially.
Yeah, so it's definitely a focus. It's definitely a concern, and it could impact what we see with, interest rates. They may not hike them quite.
We'll see with the president, when he's going to weigh in, too. So, Lauren Hirsch, let's talk about people who are doing very well in this K-shaped economy, and that would be those who just bought the Los Angeles Lakers. One of them has a pretty familiar last name, the other Kushner, but there's all kinds of fascinating questions about this sale. Tell us what we know.
So there's two really interesting dynamics. One is the men who bought the team. One is Joshua Kushner, the brother of Jared Kushner, President Trump's son-in-law. He partnered with Bob Iger, the former CEO of Disney, famously. He's now a partner with Kushner at his venture capital firm. And that firm has done really well. It has made big bets on OpenAI, Stripe, a lot of the big tech companies we know now. Their bet on the Lakers is a little bit a bet against AI. They're saying there's going to be some industries that won't be impacted by AI, and entertainment is going to be one of them, and that's why they want the Lakers. But the other thing that everyone on Wall Street is talking about is the man who had just bought the Lakers about a year ago. Yeah. The CEO of Guggenheim, he is reportedly under federal investigation. It is not common to buy an NBA team, go through all of that diligence, and just sell it a year later. So there's a lot of questions over, you know, why did he choose to sell now?
Right, and apparently the deal happened over just a couple of days.
Kushner reached out on Friday, and it was announced on Wednesday.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, he's making a profit, but yes, questions being raised.
There's a lot of questions.
Questions being raised at the timing here, and as someone who hates the Lakers, I sure hope it does not work out. Wall Street reporter for the New York Times, Lauren Hirsch, thank you so much. Her reporting is available to read online now. Co-founder and CEO of All In Together, Lauren Leader, thank you as well. Have a good weekend, both of you.